top of them late in that first quarter.
Underway here in the second term. It's the Stars that lead this contest here by 18 points. And then Norris straight away getting it over to Wanganeen. Bouncing ball wasn't in favour of Williamson. Picked up by Murdoch and then cleared away on this occasion by Heath Phillips. He goes out wide. Losing his footing, however, was Murdoch. Picked up by Jai Burns. He got over to Kane Proctor. Continuing the run now on this occasion. He's picked up by River Carpeney. He sends it towards the pocket. Farrant can go out the back. Two Paradians flew. No one was able to grab the mark. Bouncing ball. No one able to get a good look. We'll have a stoppage. Again, the Stars just look so dangerous when they rush forward in numbers as well. They always seem to find space. No wonder they play this ground so well. Gilmore, the only one going up in the ruck. Brunskill was down low. He was able to get a handball away, and then eventually it's cleared by the Raiders and the mark taken by Murdoch. So now it's this part, trying to get it inside their forward half and maintaining the ball there, which is not working for Ben Turner's men at the moment. He's going to go down the line with this kick. A few went up, and then two Raiders fell into each other. One of them still down on ground level. It was Jones who collided into his teammate. Both men are now up on their feet, but just a bit of a lack of communication there on that occasion, and it's forced the ball up rather than a simple mark for the visitors, who look to arrest some things at the moment. Franz doing the ruck work, got the tap. Going in there hard, though, was the Fitzroy Stars through Lovegrove Hudson. Got it over to Wanganeen with a bouncing ball towards the middle of the ground. Going in first, but losing his control was Philp. Now a handball over to Colatillo. And the Stars are just everywhere, seeming to be outnumbering all the old Paradians opponents at almost every opportunity. Rucks will go at it again. Norris doing it and unable to get a clean tap. Boundary line might beat all comers here. They do keep it in play. O'Sullivan, he's got no help around him, and the Stars wrap him up. Umpire will call for another ball up. So that space that they had in the opening 2 minutes of the quarter, Raiders, it's yet to be seen. And that's just the positioning that the Stars are bringing to the table at the moment, as umpire will call for another stoppage. We're 2.5 minutes into this second term. There's no change to the quarter time score. It is the Stars that lead by 18 points. There is O'Sullivan again, and that ball will be taken out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So there's a bit of more words and a few reminders of where people are at in this stoppage. It's going to be Norris doing the ruck work against Franz. None of those two able to get a hit out, and the ball all the way back to the boundary line, and we'll start again. So maybe this lull in the game might work for the Raiders.
It might, I think. If you're the Raiders, I'd probably be asking the question, do you give Gilmore more ruck time around the ground, not try and play him as that loose down back? I know it's to try and help the influence of Farrant, but you need an extra midfielder almost in there at the moment, the Raiders, because what Fitzroy Stars have been able to do is they're able to get a free kick here. They're able to get extra numbers at each contest and put them under all sorts of pressure consistently.
So the Stars now with that free kick win through Jeddah sends a bouncing ball towards half forward. Who does it favour? The only one really going for that football was the Stars man in Tyson Pickett. He's got Farrant at the back. It's a good position for him. Doing well to get a hand onto it was Gilmore. But Farrant ends up with the goal, and that's his third. And he's starting to have a bit of a day out. He's kicked 3. The Stars are 6-2-38. Old Paradians at 2-2-14. We are 3 3/4 minutes into the second term.
Just looks like they've actually got no answer for Farrant. Gilmore wasn't even involved in that play, but even if he was, do you think Farrant is stopped when it comes to trying to get it out the back and kick a goal? I don't think so. So it's just very interesting how Fitzroy Stars, how Old Parade are really going at it. And the Stars are just having their way at the moment as we go back in the middle. Gilmore is in the ruck, up against Norris. Neither of them are able to win it with the hit out, but Norris is able to get there first at ground level, shovels a handball out, trying to get it out the way of Lionel Proctor. He couldn't kick it off the ground. And it's Kane Proctor in the end who's able to, or not Kane Proctor, Jai Burns has been able to wrap up in that tackle for another ball up. Gilmore and Norris at it again, doing well there is Gilmore to get the hit out, gets it up to centre half forward, where he's able to find a teammate in Lamers. His quick handball results in his teammate being tackled immediately, and Cooper will get another ball up. This time just a little bit closer to Old Parade's forward 50. Players taking their time to get ready. Umpire throws it back up. Gilmore taps it behind his
clever
back this time, out in the space of O'Sullivan. It works. for the Raiders. Luciani's handball doesn't know. Neville Jetta bursts through a couple Raiders players, then gets the 1-2 and moves it forward. Up towards a contest where Farron is, wins front position, and somehow being held with all body parts, takes the mark. Now plays on quickly, sells a bit of candy, sees his man go sliding past, kicks it inside forward 50, and would you believe it, he's found a target.
You can't stop that. You just cannot stop that. He's found Pickett with that kick. He's directly in front, 25 out.
Quite simply, nothing you could do.
No, that's a man who's got the experience of playing at a higher level and bringing it down here for the Stars. If he's not kicking goals, he's setting him up like that. Now Tyson Pickett with the chance to extend the lead.
Pickett comes in, their leading goal scorer for the season for the Stars. Continues his way and gets his first of the afternoon. Goal number 24 on the year. And Fitzroy Stars move out now to 7 goals to 44. They lead by 30 points. Old Parade 2-2-14. They're yet to score since the midway point of that first quarter, the Raiders.
That's his 100th senior goal as well, Tyson Pickett. So that's fantastic for him, and he's been doing really well for the Stars throughout his time here this year. That's his 24th goal of the season, his 100th in senior footy. And here he's certainly proven to be a handful, as are many Stars players at the moment. We're back in the middle, no ruckman getting a tap, and again, just relentless pressure from the Fitzroy Stars are causing stoppages. If they're not winning the ball themselves, they are making the Raiders earn every single possession. We're back again. Gilmore and Norris getting a hand onto it. O'Sullivan immediately tackling Lionel Proctor. So ball will be tossed back up again. Gilmore not getting a good look at it, but his fire-up work is really good, and he's able to get a high kick inside 50. Hasn't been this way too often. Jones, well, didn't think he was going to get that footy in the end. Dropped the mark that he almost could have taken. Now the Stars getting numbers back to try and force a stoppage. It gets over to Kerr. He's able to find a teammate. They do get a goal opportunity. It's actually bounced and is kept in play. No, just out of bounds, but it doesn't register a score. Although it's a good opportunity here for the Raiders to get one back.
Well, that looked like a goal, then a touch behind, then a goal, and then no score at all. That kick had a bit of everything to it. So throw in, deep inside Old Parade's forward 50. Unfamiliar territory for the way the game's been going so far. Luciani's kick is smothered, which helps the Fitzroy Stars be able to find a way onto it. Jetta's done the later great tackle, not rewarded, and Old Parade nearly are able to get a goal to their name through O'Sullivan, who got their first of the afternoon. Is only able to get the minor score on this occasion. And he moves the margin, or their deficit, down to 29 points as Neville Jetta will take the kick out.
So here is Jetta, chipping ball. No problems here for Norris. He just gets it away to teammate Anthony Walker. They're just finding teammates everywhere. Here's Lovegrove Hudson, who might be happy to chip this one. That one doesn't quite get to his target, forces Hutchison to work for it. Oh, and that's a big dumping tackle, I would have argued. And it's going to cause a bit of remonstration. So umpire's just going to... Yeah, there's a bit going on here now. There's no need for either side. The free kick is going the way of Old Paradians, and it's going to land in the hands here of Josh Lamers. Oh, he's also been reported here as Jai Nelson, so one to keep an eye out for. And ill discipline is not something you want after such a strong lead. You don't want to turn this momentum away as Lamers kicks it inside, but Norris is the man deep. He's able to take the simple intercept mark, and then he can go out wide. This is Wanganeen now. Got the handball away. This is Kane Proctor. They go towards the pavilion side. A sliding mark to Farron, almost marked, but lost the footy and the ball goes out of bounds. On a boundary throw-in. 9.5 minutes into this second quarter. Still the Stars in control. The Raiders are slowly trying to fight their way back into this contest. No one able to get a clean look at it with this footy as it hits the deck. Murdoch got it away to O'Sullivan. And then the Raiders do win the clearing kick. It's towards the pocket. The mark almost taken by Kerr. We'll have a boundary throw in instead.
Bit more promising sign for the Raiders. It seems as though even if it does get to a contested physical game, they're living up to the expectation that the Fitzroy Stars have set on them in that first quarter.
Ball gets tossed up. Again, a tap coming from Norris. Chance here for Wanganeen, who hasn't got much room to move. One back by the Raiders. We'll have another stoppage.
Bit of a stalemate since Pickett was able to get the Stars' second goal of the quarter. It's thrown back up. Gilmore's able to tap it out in the space for Cooper. He can't get to the ball, though, before it reaches the boundary line. We'll get a boundary throw in. Just inside Old Parade's forward 50. All the Stars are around this stoppage as well. Gilmore, Norris going at it again. Neither could take the hit out, but Gilmore was able to win it at ground level. Then it through, kicking it off the ground for the Stars. They're able to move it up towards only as far as France. As the Raiders now looking to find their way back inside forward 50. Will Gilmore's short kick almost works for Murdoch. He couldn't take the mark. Great defensive work, and then O'Sullivan crashing in. Is pinned for holding the ball, diving on the footy. Umpire was quick to give it, and now Fitzroy Stars will move forward. Wanganeen, he's able to get a kick out wide and find a teammate nicely in Lovegrove Hudson. He does a chipping kick wide to Neville Jetta, who now wants to go quickly inside forward 50 and then tells everyone to calm down because he's got no options. So Neville Jetta, who has played for another side in the Northern Footy League before in Bundoora, will look to go long inside forward 50, pulls his kick instead, gives it off to Jai Burns, the running Jai Burns, who's just come off from the bench. His kick smothered as he goes inside forward 50. It's turned over, and the Raiders will look to exit out of back 50, although they're wrapped up brilliantly from some great forward pressure. And the beneficiary of it, I think, is James Dow, who gives the handball off quickly to Williamson, who lines up on his left from the pocket. It will be a minor score in the near side. And the Stars will move that margin back out to 30 points.
Just on that Jetta handball to Jai Burns. Jai Burns had just come off the bench there. You feel like the Raiders are going to be a bit more prone to the fact that you've got not just any player, but someone of Jai Burns' ilk just running with free space. That could have almost been a simple shot on goal.
Even Williamson being all by himself there to get the handball off the free kick.
No doubt about it. So now, the Raiders still with some work to do, but they have it in their back pocket. The pavilion end. They're looking to go down the line with this kick, which is what they do. And there's Sam Gilmore taking the mark. He's going to hand it off quickly to Murdoch, and then he's going to send it towards half forward and getting in front. Taking a good grab on that occasion is Kyle Thomas. He's done a couple of good things today, has Thomas. Hasn't got many options for him, particularly on this broadcast side. So he switches back to the pavilion end. He's able to find a teammate to just settle things down. Now offering him something with that 45 kick is Jai Nelson. He wants to go back almost true centre wing, pavilion end. So Dow can just go short here. They're just taking their time at the moment. Here's Lovegrove Hudson. In fact, that's who he's getting it to now. He's unable to grab the mark. Had two to beat in the end, but on all fours, it was able to almost paddle it forward. Now winning it back is Trajkovski, who just got a handball away towards the boundary line. And a lot of numbers around this footy again. No one getting a clean air. Eventually, Murdoch forces a tackle. And we'll have a stoppage. True centre wing, pavilion end, where there's a nice crowd building here for the club's NAIDOC game. They're looking to bring the trophy back here for the first time since 2017. They've got a good lead to show for it at the moment. Ball gets tossed up. Carpeny with a very, very high kick. No one able to get anywhere near that one. Williamson out the back of the pack's able to read it best. He's going to dribble one towards goal. He's Alex Williamson, and they are putting on a show at the moment. Williamson again finding his way out the back of the pack. It was an excellent finish. And the lead has pushed its way out to 36 points, 14 minutes into the second term. It's 8-3-51 to Operating's 2-3-15. An excellent finish from Alex Williamson. He knows where to find the goals.
Well, they're playing with confidence, the Stars. Every time they go towards goal, it's oozing with belief and confidence and being comfortable knowing that this kick is going to be a goal or at least a score. And that Williamson one never looked like missing. Hit it absolutely sweetly from the pocket, dribbled it through, and they inflict more pain, the Stars. We go back in the middle. Franz is in the ruck work for the Raiders this time. O'Sullivan shoveled the handball out eventually, only as far as Wanganeen. Cleaning it up at ground level is Proctor. Bramblett taken hard, but is able to get back up on his feet. pretended like nothing happened, and the Stars were able to keep the ball moving. Dow gets it from Wanganeen, now goes inside forward 50 in Farrant's direction, doing well to get a spoil there and ensuring that Farrant can't take another mark inside forward 50 as Brunskill. As his spoil's able to find its way to the boundary line. We get a boundary throw in deep inside Fitzroy Stars forward 50. That was a big hit on Bramblett.
Oh, Cooper just going in really hard. But again, all fair in that contest in the end. But both men straight on their feet immediately. Dow gets the tap as there's another Raiders player down. They're able to get the clearance of the visitors, although it's a bouncing ball. Great pick-up in the end, one-handed by Tyson Pickett, who gets it back from Chachkovsky with the 1-2. Now he's Pickett with the centering ball. Here's where Farrant can fly, but he wasn't the man in front. Gilmore was. Desmond spins, got the handball away, and just clearing his lines for the time being is Ryan Gleeson, but it is all Fitzroy Stars. Picked up now by Josh Close, who gets the skates on, gets past an opponent. He's got options inside 50, opts to handball it. Back to Close, who kept running Josh Close, but it's across the face, and we'll have a boundary throwing. They are just killing them with pace at the moment, the Stars. The old Paradians can't keep up.
Every time they clear it out of their back 50, the Raiders, they're not really finding a man. They're putting it out into space, which is working in the Fitzroy Stars' favour due to their pace.
Ball gets tossed up again. Franz getting the tap, but it's won by Pickett. Now he's Farrant with almost the impossible, but Franz, in fact, it was Brunskill with the smother.
If it wasn't for that Brunskill smother, I think Farrant's got his fourth. That didn't look like missing at all.
Even from that position, absolutely. Yeah. Boundary throwing is a quick one. Pickett got rid of his ruckman and snaps another. Pickett's got his second. And the Stars have kicked 9 consecutive goals after giving up the first 2. Their lead is now 42 points, 9-3-57 to the Raiders 2-3-15. And they, to say the least, Zach, have been incredible to watch.
They've been all over them. I mean, we talked about their pressure early in that first quarter. It's at the same level, if not better, in this second quarter. They're using their physicality to really demand where the game's going to be played. And then every time Old Parade are able to escape, putting it out into space, and the Stars are able to send it back in and score. As we go back in the middle, Norris is able to get it over to Carpeney. He couldn't pick it up cleanly at ground level, so it allows Old Parade to go out. And with the clearance inside forward 50, Bramlett's able to charge out, then give it off to Carpeney, who goes in the Farrant direction, couldn't take the mark, is able to keep his feet, win it at ground level, left foot snap. It won't be in line for a score, but Proctor's there to take the mark.
Awesome.
And just when you think it's all over, they go again, the Stars. Kane Proctor, who hasn't really seen much of it this quarter, has now just bobbed up and could be in line to kick his second of the game. He's already kicked a miracle goal from one pocket. He's almost in the other pocket now on the other side of the ground. And will look to kick for his second. And Fitzroy Stars' 10th of the game. And not just of the game, 10 in a row.
Courageous mark it was in the end as well. He knew contact was coming. Stood under the footy. Knew he was going to get there first. And again, that experience that showed from Kane Proctor. He's lining up to inflict some more pain.
The 27-year-old, for his second of the afternoon, no stress. Goal umpire didn't really need a move. And the Stars blow this margin out to now 38 points.
48. No,
48 points.
Yep.
If we get our maths correct, or if I get my maths correct.
48 points, you're right.
10-3-63, Old Parade 2-3-15. And like we said, that's 10 in a row now for the Stars, and it's almost getting out of hand for the Raiders.
Oh, I think almost is just about past Zach right now. The Raiders, every time they get the football, they're under swarms of pressure here by the Stars. They have not had any clean looks since that 13-minute mark of the second term. That's despite Gilmore winning these taps, who may have to find himself in this ruck contest more often than not. As O'Sullivan gets wrapped up, they've done well to quell his influence after a hot 10 minutes as well. And I think if you're Ben Turner, Gilmore's doing a lot of this. I'm sure we'll be able to last out the game. And then going through is Close, who got the handball away to a teammate, ducking and weaving his Ronan, but then he lost the footy. This is the chance for the Raiders here. They pick up this footy, they get some run, and just getting the kick away was Maya Zealy. He's able to find Luciani, and, well, almost was looking for a 50-metre, but Luciani with the man on the mark just inside 50 is going to send this one to the top of the goal square. They've got a lot of players around, and there's Jones. Now, this is an interesting move because Rufus Jones, typically someone that plays in the back line, has obviously had to become a target up forward. He already had an almost attempt about 5 minutes earlier, but Rufus Jones has a chance for his second goal of the season and of his senior career. and an important one to end the run for the Raiders, and he gets that one through. So there's a little response from the visitors. Rufus Jones gets on the board, and they end a 10-goal run from the Fitzroy Stars to start to tear away at this margin, which they're going to need to do. The margin is 42 points as we tick towards time on.
Oh, I mean, if you want to look at the differences of where this game is played, there's been 5 goal kickers for Fitzroy Stars, 3 for Old Parade. 3 goal kickers all have 1 to their name for Old Parade. And the Fitzroy Stars, they've got 4 of the 5 goal kickers, multiple goal kickers. So it's not just one player, it's multiple players standing up and fulfilling their role on numerous occasions for the Stars, whereas for Old Parade, they've only got a couple individuals who are really helping them keep this game somewhat alive.
Proctor was in the middle there of the cane variety. We're going to call for a stoppage of play. Ball gets tossed up again. Here is Gilmore. He's able to tap it forward, but at the back of the pack is Trajkovski. Quickly under pressure by Whittle. Coughed it up over to O'Sullivan, who lost the footy himself. Just doesn't matter who got that ball belongs to from a Raiders perspective. The Stars are all over it. They're going to switch this one to Kane Proctor laterally, who tries to get his way past Rufus Jones, and he's able to do so by winning the 1-2. Now he's able to go down the line, Pavilion side. He's got Lionel Proctor to take the mark. Where's Jordan to make it 3 again? Proctor's. He's there in the corridor, but Lionel Proctor's going to go deeper than that because he's got Farron on the lead, and why wouldn't you go to Patrick Farron when he's in that position? He's going to play on as well. Snap around. He wants 4. Misses to the near side.
Rushed it. And that was great forward craft from the Stars. There was a paddock of space out the back for Farrant to lead into, which he was able to take with ease there. And just if he didn't rush his kick, that could have been his 4th of the afternoon, as Old Parade through Will Gilmore will look to leave their defensive 50 again. His kick, though, it's going to work, but it could have been a dangerous one with the position that it was kicked to. Taking the mark is Zealy. It goes up towards right half forward. He's got a couple of Old Parade teammates there. France is the one that's going to get there first. Gives a handball out to Merkel. He couldn't take it cleanly, though. Then has to collect it at ground level. Tries to get away from the opposition tackler. Doesn't work. Burns is able to clean up at ground level. Gives it off to Carpenter. He goes the inside 45 kick. Lovely inside 45 kick, if you don't mind, by Carpenter to Proctor, who then goes inside the middle again to the 19-year-old in Trajkovski, who finds its way to Farrant somehow.
That's remarkable because Will Gilmore had it all to do, but he was able to get there. He was adamant he got a hand onto it, but he didn't. And Farrant, with the easiest marker he's taken today, out the back, now he'll have a crack at 4.
So he's kicked 3 goals, 1 this afternoon so far, Patrick Farrant. We're not even at half-time yet, but it feels as though this will be shot number 10 for him. Farrant leans back on it and
missed.
Just off to the near side. I think that's where he went wrong. Leant back on that kick, which allowed it to move left and stay left. And the Raiders just breathe a little sigh of relief that the main man up forward hasn't been able to kick his 5th at this stage. They lead 10-5-65, Old Parade 3-3-21.
Desmond with the short ball out wide, so on the Pavilion end now, but still in defensive 50 are the away side. We'll trail this contest, as we said, by 44 points. Down the line they go with the kick. Ooh, a bit of a fly coming there from Mitch Merkel. Didn't quite get a hand onto it. Tyson Pickett at the back of the pack. He's just able to get through. He's going to get the 1-2 again here from a teammate, Nicole Thomas. And they're just moving this ball so well. Burns under a bit of pressure, though. In fact, it was Proctor that couldn't get rid of the football, the Cane variety. And then we're going to have a ball up. Centre wing, Pavilion end. 23 3/4 minutes gone in this second term. Stars lead it by 45 points. Here's Gilmore in to do the ruck. No problems getting the tap. O'Sullivan, the benefactor, he spun his way out of trouble well. Then got the dribbling ball towards half forward. Didn't quite work out for Jones. Did get a good tap onto it. Stars start to arrive. So do the Raiders. And they're going to win the ball here, the away side. They've got numbers streaming through. In the corridor here is Desmond. They've got a chance to go inside 50, and they do. And the mark's taken by Lamers, who wants to play on quickly. And the mark taken in the pocket now. That one by Luciani. And this now could make it 2 in a row for the away team to start to claw away at this margin again. Luciani, who played his first senior game since 2019, a fortnight ago against Mernda, had some promising moments. Has he just got that through? I reckon he has. No, it has missed. And Neville Jetta just letting him know that as well. It is a behind for Matthew Luciani, and the margin now reduces slightly to 43 points. 3-4 trails 10-5. 25 minutes into the second quarter.
You are right, Nick. It would have been massive for them. 2 misses from Farron at one end. If they were able to get a goal and make that 2 in a row, could have kick-started a mini comeback for the Raiders. However, they'll have to deal with the minor score as Fitzroy will now leave their defensive 50. Although it could be coming straight back in as it's fisted forward. Meeting it at ground level for the Stars and doing well as Bramblett. He's had a good quarter off half back. This kick, it works for his side, and they get the run through Kane Proctor now to move it up towards half forward. Williamson's able to win the front position and on 2 grabs takes the mark. Gets told to look around and find a teammate quickly. He does in the end because out wide all by himself is Wanganeen. Ball doesn't reach him. Hits him at ground level. He couldn't pick it up there. His teammates are able to help him out in the end. Trashkovsky dances around one, then gets a quick left foot snap in the direction of Farron. Couldn't take the mark. And coming, clearing out of their back 50 of the Raiders, Desmond spun his way into a bit of trouble, then found his way out of it. And that kick actually finds Farron, who wasn't down at full forward, who was sitting on the wing, waiting for that dumping kick. Sells a bit of candy, then goes the little left foot chip kick to a teammate out wide along the boundary line. And I think this has found its way out to Ronan or Brown, one of the 2 of the 5 Fitzroy Stars players, or 6 Fitzroy Star players that are wearing long sleeves.
I think it's
this
Ronan.
afternoon. He's going to have a shot. He's a long way out. He's starting his run up from centre wing. On his right foot, he pops it up. You know, the distance could be no problem. Almost got there. Was fisted forward on the goal line, but off the deck. And finding a way forward to kick a goal are the Stars. Something out of nothing in the end. Couldn't kill it were the Raiders, which just adds more misery to their afternoon. And getting his first, or his 3rd goal now of the afternoon is Tyson Pickett, who now has 26 goals this season and has kicked well over 100 goals in his career now. And the Stars move their lead back out, well, now out to 49 points at 11-5-71. The Raiders 3-4-22.
6-goal second term here for the Fitzroy Stars, and they want more. Here's Gilmore getting the tap. Kane Proctor at the back of that pack on that occasion, and kicking it away was River Carpeny. He goes to the centre wing, and that's half time, and wow.
Could have a shot here.
If you are not yet at Sir Doug Nicholls Oval, I'll suggest you make your way down, because there's been a showcase of quality football here from the Fitzroy Stars.
I think Pickett's having a shot.
You're right, he is going to have a shot. This would be extraordinary if he kicks this. I don't know how many metres out, but I'd say it's at least beyond 70. He's got the torp going, that's not bad. And it's going to register through for a behind, and that made the distance. So if it was only accurate, we would have had an insane end to an insane half of footy by the Fitzroy Stars, who lead it by 50 points at the main break. 11-6-72 the hosts. The Raiders are 3-4-22